Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we are doing a deep dive into our thoughts about the Jess Hilarious Breakfast Club Loren debacle.
Listen here, it's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to hear your thoughts. I actually want to kick the conversation off with y'all, with my wife, to see what are y'all thoughts about it, because I really do feel like they are gaslighting Jess. They are gaslighting Jess. Can you walk us through what's been going on, Blair?
Yeah, so how it originally started from my research is that Jess went on maternity leave and she hand chose Loren to be her coverage while she was out of the office. And when she came back to the office, Loren was still on air. Loren was originally hired to be a producer of the show. She did so well while Jess was out that they decided they wanted to try to keep her as a fourth chair. However, when they had Loren on, she was chiming a lot in during Jess's segments for Jess with the Mess. And Jess got to pretty much a breaking point to where she was telling Loren to hush, to shut up, all this different type of stuff. We heard that Loren say that she took Jess to the side in a room with the EP to basically express how she didn't appreciate being told to shut up and all that type of stuff. Jess says she don't remember that conversation. Loren said that's why I had the EP in the room. It kind of blew up as well, you know, on the airwaves of Jess saying how they didn't have her back. And Envy was saying how, well, we've been trying to ask you if you're okay, what's been going on, so that way we can make sure you're comfortable. And she said that she has been saying, like, look, you guys, it's not the issue that she is here or that she is going to be fourth chair or whatever it is that y'all got going on. But I have a problem with the fact that you guys have her on my segment. Get her own segment or her own situation, because I'm trying to do my work and she's over here talking over me.
Facts.
And that's pretty much where it ended. Was there anything you wanted to add to the backstory?
Yeah, like a lot of people don't appreciate Jess going live on her Instagram, basically.
Oh yeah, that too.
Exposing everything. And truth be told, I appreciate it. Appreciate her going live, not for my entertainment only, but because people will play in your face, say we having these private conversations, but whole time nothing moves.
Yeah, nothing's getting done.
Nothing's getting done. So now I gotta set things ablaze. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And I think there's something to everybody saying, see, I think everybody's losing focus on this conversation, on this debate. Everybody talking about how much of a better job Loren does than Jess. It's not about that to me at all. If Loren was so good at her job, she would have got hired instead of Jess. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to discredit Loren as her talent, but I'm just saying, like, this has nothing to do with, like, oh, Loren's doing a better job, so Jess should go. No, right? I think there's a deeper issue that I want to touch on about, hey, when it comes to women becoming mothers, they have to choose between their career and or motherhood. And unfortunately, if you're going up against another woman who is single and have no kids, you're going to be at a disadvantage, a major disadvantage, right? And I just don't like the fact that Charlamagne and DJ Envy, you know, trying to make it seem like, stop listening to the comments, stop listening to the comments, stop listening to the comments. It's not the comments, right? It's the fact that this person was to cover for me when I was gone. I come back, she's still here. Not only is she still here, she's talking in my segment, right? Based on the live that Jess said, she said that Charlamagne told her to tell Loren to shut up. Basically saying, like, hey, if you want her to shut up, tell her to shut up. My thing is, I think they are telling Loren one thing and they are telling Jess another thing, and it's causing confusion. Because the only one that has questions, which is so funny, is Jess. Loren don't have no questions. Charlamagne don't have no questions. Envy don't have no questions. And the reason why I feel like they are gaslighting her, because if they was to bring another DJ while DJ Envy was gone for a couple of months and things of that nature, and then he comes back and they said, we go keep this DJ here, and, like, you know, y'all can trade back and forth on like what makes y'all go do. DJ Envy wouldn't like that one bit. So I really don't see how people can't see, like, the parallel of, hey, when I was gone for work because I gave birth to a child, y'all basically made me hire my replacement and basically train my replacement. Yeah. Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think that overall it is a management issue. Yeah. I think that when it comes down to, the thing is, she also mentioned, like, okay, like, this girl can read better. You know, she does really good at her job, all these different types of things. But like Jess said, she wasn't hired to be an intellect.
No, she was hired to be a personality.
She was hired to be a personality. And I think that argument is kind of beside the point. Like, I really feel like if she was hired to be herself and to bring what she has amassed for herself when it comes to her social media following and bring all those positive attributes to the Breakfast Club, then that's what she was hired for. That's what they were looking for. Now, if there was a shift that happened during her maternity leave to where they decided they wanted to have a different feel, or she kind of gave them more of what they were looking for, then that should have been communicated with her. But at the end of the day, if she signed a contract to be working here, then I think they need to respect her space as an employee. I feel like, like you said, I mean, I'm just thinking, look, y'all, like I'm a corporate type girly. So my thing is like, I appreciate the way that Loren went about the situation of basically like, I'm not going to get up here and get gutter with you and go back and forth on the airwaves. Like, I have a career and I'm going to go the chain of command in order to handle any types of different disagreements. And the first chain is for me to talk to you directly, which she said that she has. Yeah. So I completely am cool with Loren, how she goes about it, how she went about it. But I think that with Jess, I do believe that at a certain point where you're talking and trying to get the ear of people and for things to change and they're not listening, then sometimes people do take an outside route. People go to the newspaper when there's issues with their job. People like go and like spread and spray information when there are problems, when it's not getting fixed within the system. And I will say, if you're going to take that route, it is going to be a little awkward when you show up to work the next day. If the people didn't change your little card or whatever like that, or didn't change the locks on you, it is going to be a little, something to walk into. But I do think that with her going on maternity leave, she should have been able to resume work the way that she had before, and not have to have all of these hurdles. I think that when it comes to women in the workplace, depending on the job, some jobs are really cool. They give you all the time you need, and you can come back and get right back to it. But for this particular job, it seemed like, okay, you can go, you can take your time, but when you get back, there's going to be some difficulties and some challenges you're going to face when it comes to your position. And I think that's unfair already when you have a child. Like, you could be dealing with postpartum, you could be dealing with just trying to get into the rhythm of things with a new child in your life, and I think she has another child, but I mean, it's a newborn baby that you're trying to manage your time, your sleep, your energy with. And I think that in order for her to go back and be successful, they didn't create a successful environment for her to have to kind of like fight her way back to her position. So
now here's the thing about it, right? Even though I said what I said, in no way do I blame Loren. Because Loren saw the shot, she took it.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Hey, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Yeah. Right? But let me share with you this story, right? It is illegal to fire a woman because she has maternity leave, because she gets pregnant and things of that nature, right? That doesn't mean that the politics change, right? I share a story with you. There was a college professor, right, who just had a heart surgery and things of that nature, right? He was tenured into the university, right? They wanted to go a whole different way, but they couldn't fire him. So you know what they did? What? They moved his office to the top floor of the university.
Find ways to make it hard for you.
So he quit, right? So guess what? Little things such as, oh yeah, we just gonna add a fourth chair. They never talked about a fourth chair at Breakfast Club. Oh yeah, you have your segment, but Loren go talk during your segment. No one's talking during Donkey of the Day.
Right.
Dude, so like it's kind of wild. Like, that's why it feels like an inside job. Yeah. It feels like y'all trying to make my job difficult, even though I'm bonded by this contract. You can't fire me, but you're taking away like my segment. I'm fighting over time on the mic. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, the politics is politicking.
And there's always work politics involved, and there's a way to navigate, especially with corporate. And I do think that Jess probably isn't corporate savvy, and not that she needs to be, because she wasn't hired to be that way. But when you get in the door, you kind of learn how things are run, and you figure out how to maneuver. And this will be an experience for her to learn how to maneuver.
Yeah, so, I really hope, and I wonder, this is why we need more women in these more powerful positions. Yeah. And when I say women, I'm talking about mothers, right? Because I wonder if Breakfast Club is a male-dominated show, to where, let's say if Charlamagne's wife get pregnant, Charlamagne still gonna come to work. You get what I'm saying? If DJ Envy wife gets pregnant, he still gonna come to work, if not work more. Right. You get what I'm saying? But the rules are different for a woman. And that's why I said in the beginning, as far as we know, Loren don't have no children. She's not married. So Jess is already at a disadvantage going up against Loren off top. And I hear some people saying it was Jess' choice to get pregnant a year into her deal of being on Breakfast Club.
This is her life. Your life doesn't get put on pause because of a job.
There is no right time. Listen here. I have the privilege of being a guy in the sense of I don't have to carry a baby. Mm-hmm. So, of course, if I want to impregnate my wife, I could. You get what I'm saying? By her consent.
Yes. Thank you.
But, yeah, no problem, right? By her consent. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to be like, oh, Jess, you have to play the game and things. I understand games have to be played, but when it starts coming over to where I have to tell you what to do with your body, especially as a guy, of like you shouldn't have got pregnant a year into your deal. Sure, I can grab that low hanging fruit, but I think the more interesting conversation is she is already at a disadvantage of going against Loren, and she has to find ways to put the odds back in her favor. Yeah, I don't know how, because it kind of feels like an inside job. It kind of feels manipulative from the Breakfast Club, making them come on the show and making them do this on the airwaves, even though they saying stop listening to the comments. They have callers calling in,
weighing in.
It's almost like an oxymoron, right? Mm-hmm. And this whole idea of Envy says something across the lines of if you had a problem with her being on the show, I told you this is your show, and if you wanted her off the show, she would have been off the show. That's obviously not true. And don't listen to people saying this is your show. Just hilarious. I understand that Breakfast Club been on for over 15 years and things like that, but even though you and Charlamagne and Envy all work for the same company, y'all are on different totem poles when it comes to rank, when it comes to the hierarchy of the job. Right? So Jess will have to do more because she's a rookie in the whole job or Breakfast Club. She will have to do the small work. The small work that Loren probably knows what to do because this is not her first corporate job. So Loren knows how to overtake, and then she don't have no kids. So it's like, I got the time.
Yeah, the only other thing I wanted to chime on into is when she was telling that grown woman to hush and to shut up on air. Yeah. And she said that she had the backing of Charlamagne. I don't want to do air quotes because that's what she said. But she had the backing of Charlamagne to kind of get spicy on air. I think that's kind of is like the mindset of basically like knowing that you are in a work atmosphere. Yeah. And I get that the Breakfast Club is a lot more relaxed, the way that they go about things and the conversations that they have. But I do believe that Charlamagne feels no way either way it goes. No. And I think that's the issue too, is that yes, you can build friendships with coworkers and bonds and things like that, but these people don't have your back like you're real people in life. No. And so even if they're checking on you, making sure you're good, like, take it for what it is, appreciate the check-ins and all that type of stuff, and have good working relationships with these people. But I think that sometimes people probably look at Jess like, oh, she's ghetto, she a crash out, she did all this type of stuff, even though she's built like a very successful career for herself. Yeah. I think that Charlamagne was just kind of like, if you do that, I mean, we kind of expect that from you anyway, so we might as well get the ratings off of it. But I was seeing like another content creator talking about how it's not necessarily the best thing for the host of the show to have internal conflict on air, because sometimes the ads don't want to be associated with that type of thing when it comes to the business side. So there are some things to be mindful of when you're approaching these situations in the work atmosphere. And I think that with Jess, like I said before, her not really being like a corporate girly or like really knowing exactly how to maneuver, that Charlamagne said it was cool, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, but Loren pulled you in for a one-to-one meeting with an additional party in order to have somebody verify the conversation that was had. And if they didn't write nothing down, I'm sure they probably wrote something down. Loren probably wrote something down, because people gonna keep paper trail on you in corporate 100%. For the things said and done. I do think that it's a learning lesson, and moving forward, I don't know. Did you hear if she's going to remain on the show or not? Did they put her contract?
I mean, she's on contract, so she's probably going to be on the show, but that's not even my concern.
Well, I guess my thing is that moving forward, maybe there can be an increased level of professionalism when it comes to them working together. And you're going to have people like Charlamagne in your ear trying to egg you on and do stupid stuff or whatever like that, or do things that he thinks would be good but may not be good when it comes to the higher ups.
Yeah, so, I mean, at the end of the day, Charlamagne is Teflon. Yeah. So you really can't listen to what he tell you to do, because there's nothing that Charlamagne can do that can get him fired. Yeah. It's when you think of Breakfast Club, you think of one person, Charlamagne. So my whole thing to end this off, I just want to end this off with a question. Have y'all experienced talking to my ladies, right? To where you have to choose between having a baby or moving up in your career? How did you handle that? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm very interested in how y'all handle that. Like, is it basically, listen, this is my life. I'm going to have this baby and I deal with whatever. I really want to know what y'all think about that.
And y'all, just to give a little insight, I haven't had a baby and had to take maternity leave or nothing like that, but I've definitely had a job that made it seem like you were about to off somebody because you needed some time off. And I'm like, I got this PTO and I can't use it. And they'll say, I don't know. Do you really want to use it? You want to be here? You want your job and all this types of stuff. And that really puts you in a bind if you want to use your time off. Yeah. And those type of experiences and situations, you got to get up out of there. Yeah. Because you need your time.
Yeah, you need the time.
That's all I got.
Anything else? No? Let us know what you think. Subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Bye-bye.
Bye.